Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you don't. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose. I guess styles don't make fights anymore. I guess when it comes to boxing, it's not the best fighter who wins. It's the fighter who boxes the best on that night, or the boxer who fights the best on that night. I guess all that goes out the window, right? When we really start talking about taking a great small man and bubble him up to fight a great big man. Now we know more times than not, the great big man should always beat the great small man, but it doesn't always happen that way, okay? But since we've been talking so much about Terence Crawford, I want to make this abundantly clear when it comes to Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford has the style, the talent, the IQ, the reach, and the power, and the footwork to give Canelo problems hell. Because Canelo doesn't move that much, I think Crawford cannot box him. I am not delusional. Because if he can't hurt Canelo, Crawford is going to be in trouble. He's going to turn into Shakur Stevenson and become a boxer runner. All right? But I just think Crawford, because of the way I saw that man perform against Majumov and his ability to outthink the aggressor and outland and really use that jab, I think he's going to be successful against Canelo. But at the same time, I keep hearing people, right? Half the people think Majumov will beat Canelo. There are some of you who feel that if Crawford couldn't come out there and knock out Majumov, and he eked out a unanimous decision, but two scorecards of 115, 113, if he's gonna barely escape a decision against Majumov, there's no way in the world he stands a chance against Canelo. Now, I understand. I'm not telling anyone they're wrong with their opinion. I totally understand that. I'm not a cockahole. You know what I'm saying? It's just for me to sit back and take a look. I just know Canelo. All he's going to do is shake off the jabs, shake off the left. And Crawford doesn't just throw a straight left. He'll throw a straight left and come back with the right hook, right? That's Crawford's bread and butter, not just his jab. It's to throw that left, step out on the right, and come over with the right hook. That is his bread and butter. Whenever Crawford throws that punch, if he throws it 10 times, he lands it 8 out of 10 times. He's going to land it on Canelo. Now, can he hurt Canelo? Well, this is where we got to be real. You had Triple G fight Canelo, you had Bivol fight Canelo, you had Kovalev fight Canelo, and you had guys from 147 right up to 175. Guys who were champions getting with Canelo and couldn't really put the beans on him like what I thought would have happened. Now, I do have Canelo losing 2 fights to Triple G. I don't know if Crawford has Triple G power or Triple G chin, but what I will say is I want to be fair to Canelo. When he got clipped by Miguel Cotto's brother, Jose Cotto, right? People need to forget about that shit because he had fought Matthew Hatton around that time. Get that out your brain. Canelo is healthy. He's at the weight class where he's comfortable, and I just don't think it's going to be that easy to hurt him. But I do think it's the shots that fighters don't see that hurt them. And Crawford has the ability to hit Canelo with some shit he doesn't see. And if Crawford can't hurt him, Canelo definitely has the ability to hit Crawford with some shit that he's not going to see and he's going to see. And both of them are going to hurt Crawford. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. Goddamn, boy. I was out there fishing all day. Like I got the heebie-jeebies. Anyway, Crawford and Canelo. Can Crawford beat him? Does he have the style to beat him? I think so. But if he can't hurt him, he can't discourage him, he can't preclude Canelo from walking him down, Crawford's in trouble. Now, Jermell Charlo. I just talked about Jermell Charlo. But I see people saying, Jermell Charlo's a big 154-pounder. Weight classes for a reason. Jermell would destroy Terence Crawford. I'm like, yo, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. Jermell Charlo was getting the beans put on him by Tony Harrison. Outboxed. Harrison just didn't have the power. Okay, Castaño was much smaller than Jermell, and was smothering him, and putting the beans on him. If Majumov fought Jermell Charlo, I'm talking about Jermell Charlo in his prime. I just gotta say, if Castaño could get to him, Majumov could get to him. But at the same time, Jermell Charlo, man, he is one fighter out of all the weight classes, he earned his straps. He put the work in. Jermell Charlo can fight. But to come now and just have a knee-jerk decision when it comes to you concluding that he would just beat Crawford because he's bigger, I don't see it that way. And I truly believe if Crawford hits Jermell, Jermell's ass is in trouble. Now, if Jermell hits Crawford, I don't know. It's not that easy to hit Terence Crawford. But Jermell can be hit. But out of Crawford and Jermell, I think Crawford has the style, orthodox to southpaw, counterpunching style, because Jermell's going to fight. He likes to box and counterpunch too, but he'll fight. It's going to be a game of just a waiting game, a battle of patience. You're going to see. And I think Jermell will be the first one to try to draw first blood. He'll strike. I think Crawford gets him. I just think Crawford beats him. It's my opinion. But if Jermell beat him, I mean, look, I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be shocked if Canelo beat Bud. I'd be shocked if Jermell beat him. Jermell's got the jab, the hook, throw the right hand, he'll shoot the uppercut. But I just think Crawford, in that southpaw style, is going to cause hell for Jermell Charlo. And I know Jermell's going to be looking for the big right hand, but Crawford's been fighting southpaw for so long, he knows when people are going to throw that right hand, and all he's going to do is counter you. But anyway, Jermell Charlo, getting over anxious, he's such a hothead, temperamental, emotional. I think all that will just backfire on him, getting in the ring with Crawford. Plus, he's already seen what happened to his friend, Earl Spence Jr. That plays in the back of his mind. I just think Crawford gets him. I think he'll knock him out. 7 rounds. Now, this is where styles make fights. I think Crawford, he bubbles up to 160. I think Crawford has a chance. But I'm going to tell you, out of Canelo and Janibek Alimkhanuly, at 160, I want to say this. I think Janibek Alimkhanuly is a more difficult fight. But the one thing about Alimkhanuly, the man struggling to make 160. So if Crawford was to accept the invitation, because Janibek's already invited Crawford to a fight at 160. Let's say Crawford, all right, boom, check the box, became a champion at 154, bump up to 160 and try to pick up, what's Janibek have? 2 belts? Let me look at this, right? Right here it says IBF and WBO, but let me just double check something. Janibek out, because I thought he had something stripped from. Okay, yeah. So Janibek has the WBO and IBF, right? If Crawford could go up to 160 and now challenge Janibek Alimkhanuly for the WBO and IBF, I don't know how that would go for Crawford. I'm gonna be honest with you. Janibek Alimkhanuly is a beast, but he's not. He's yo man, them goddamn triple G's, man. He just breaks you down, and I think it'd be interesting to see Crawford in there under that pressure. But I just think that Janibek Alimkhanuly is a tougher fight because of the styles. That's just my opinion. He's not going to let 3 rounds go like what's his name did, Majimov. Alimkhanuly's going to come in there. He's going to fight. It's going to be interesting. But talk about Crawford's style and against Janibek Alimkhanuly. I'll be honest. I don't know if I want to bet my money on Crawford clipping Alimkhanuly. You see, that stylistically is a horrible matchup for Crawford, man. You know what I'm saying? The volume of punches, the punch selection, the chin, the commitment to hurting his opponents. Crawford's going to have to hit him with something hard and hurt him. And I mean, you just haven't seen many people be able to do that to Alimkhanuly. That's why he's unified at 160, and nobody else seems to be in a rush to fight this man. So it is what it is. But styles don't make fights anymore. In this case, I think styles do make fights. Now, moving on from Crawford to David Benavidez. Benavidez is just a big boy. But, you know, people, they make a good point. They say, hey, look, if we're okay with Crawford bubbling up to fight Canelo at 168, right? Hey, why don't he go fight David Benavidez at 168? Matter of fact, when you take a look at 168, they're like, why don't you have him fight Demetrius Andre? Why don't you have him fight Billy? Why don't you have him fight Berlanga, Iglesias, Munguia, Pacheco? You know what I'm saying? They're like, if he wants to go to 168 and everybody's championing Crawford to fight at 168, Canelo, Why don't he fight these other guys? After that, I say, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. Crawford going to 168 to fight Canelo. You got to make an exception for a fighter to bubble up a few weight divisions for that kind of opportunity. Just like when Pacquiao bubbled up to fight De La Hoya. That was a dream fight. Came to fruition. Pacquiao got the win because De La Hoya came down to a weight he hadn't been to in years, and he should have never done that. Anyway, Canelo's not doing that shit. Now, if Crawford and Canelo were to meet at 160, I think Crawford has a even better chance of beating Canelo. But the thing about Canelo, you got to look at the money there. You got to look at where Canelo started. You know what I'm saying? He's not a guy who started out at 168 and they're still at 168. He started out a lot lower, I think at 140 something. So hold your horses, let's not get carried away. But he was a kid when he started boxing. The bottom line, his body has matured. He's a man now. And at 33, I believe he is. 168 is where he's the most comfortable. All right? Crawford, where he's at age 36, 154, he looks comfortable. But the thing is, he still has to cut weight to get there. He's got to cut weight to get to 154. So 154 is easier, but it's still not easy for Crawford. But for Canelo, it's the opportunity, it's the money. Fighting Benavidez, what opportunity, what money, what does Benavidez offer a guy like Terence Crawford? Except he fights him weighing at 168 and Benavidez comes in 200 pounds, right? I mean, come on. It's not the same. It ain't the same. You got to look at the perks. You got to look at the benefits of fighting a guy like Canelo. You know what I'm saying? That to me is like going somewhere to eat. And it's $50 for the meal. So you go to a steakhouse and you get the best cut, steak and potatoes and a salad for $50. Okay, cool. I could take that $50 and go over here to the Brazilian restaurant and they bring me all different cuts of meat. And I'm getting salad and I'm getting the potatoes and I'm getting all kind of goddamn drinks with lime and goddamn condensed milk and everything else. I get more bang for my buck. And that's how it is here. Crawford don't just want a steak and potato fighting Benavidez. He want a buffet. And when I talk about the buffet, the assortment of food, that means the assortment of dollars and money that he's going to make. So you want to get more bang for your buck, more bang for your fight. But David Benavidez, does Crawford have the style to beat him? I don't know. What's his name said something that I thought was interesting. Joel Diaz, Majumav's trainer. And I thought it was a very good comparison. He said Crawford fighting Canelo was just like Demetrius Andre fighting Benavidez. I'm like, okay, I see what he's saying, but I don't quite agree, but I understand what he's saying. Now Crawford fighting Benavidez, I still don't think that'll be like Demetrius Andre. I don't think Crawford and Demetrius Andre is the same. Andre is long. He was trying to box. Andre looked nervous. Andre was just throwing a bunch of shots to try to keep the monster off of him. Plus, David Benavidez had Heredia in his corner for that fight, so he was a different type of animal. Let's just be real. I'm not saying there was no foul play, but you know if Heredia is in your corner, fighters perform differently. It's a fact. You look at when Chris Colbert got knocked out by Valenzuela. You know what I'm saying? Valenzuela was working with Heredia. He performed differently, and he can already crack. Juan Manuel Marquez and Pacquiao 4. Marquez ain't never do no shit like that to Pacquiao. He works with Heredia. He almost killed Pacquiao. He had Pacquiao so hard I saw rice and smoke and everything come out of his ass. Lumpia, tocino, pork, man. I saw everything. Pancit, all kind of shit. Adobo chicken, all that shit was left in the ring. He hit that man so hard, Pacquiao just tranquilized his ass, didn't he? Heredia can do that to a fighter. But if Crawford and this David Benavidez fight, if David Benavidez don't have the Heredia in his system, I think it could be interesting. David Benavidez is no guy floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. He's just trying to walk you down and throw his shots, single shot, power shots, and if he gets close enough, he'll start to bang to the body and start throwing combination to break you down. I don't even think, like Jalen Love, when he fought David Benavidez, Jalen Love got destroyed trying to box. But you could tell once he felt that power, he was like, hell no. For Terence Crawford, I just don't think he's going to get hit hard and he's just all of a sudden going to say hell no and be okay with losing. I just don't think so. I don't think so. Crawford's too smart. And that's why I give him a benefit of the doubt. But again, styles do make fights, but I mean, when people are just out here saying Crawford won't beat Canelo, Crawford won't beat Janibek, Crawford won't beat Jamel Charlo, Crawford won't be a guy like Benavidez, you're just telling me that styles just don't make fights anymore, right? That's what they say, styles make fights. But now we're saying our styles don't make fights. Okay? Then they say, oh, weight division for a reason. Okay, we get that. But we've seen guys who come from smaller weight divisions bubble up and dominate the higher weights. But, so what's it going to be? Now, look, I like Crawford, but I ain't really a Terence Crawford fan. I'm a fan of boxing. My mind says Canelo would beat Crawford because of what Canelo has shown. Consistency with not getting hurt and being able to hurt his opponents, right? Guys who are bigger than Crawford, but he's never fought Crawford. Jamel Charlo. My mind don't tell me Jamel can beat Crawford, so I'll stop right there. Janibek Alam Kanuli, I think out of all four of these, I think Janibek Alam Kanuli is the guy Crawford just... Damn it. Dropped my damn little sparkling drink. But anyway, that's the guy Crawford should just think twice about. I know them two belts are enticing, but that goddamn Janibek Alam Kanuli is a monster. But if Crawford fought him and beat him, Lord have mercy, man, that would be an amazing accomplishment. Then David Benavidez, look, man, I just think David Benavidez at 175 and it ain't gonna happen. Period. He's just too big. And Crawford ain't stupid either. But at 168, I don't think that fight will happen. But if they did, I mean, hey, it could be interesting. Let me look. Crawford's reach is 75 inches, right? What's David Benavidez' reach? I just pulled it up. Let's see. What happened up here? Let's see. What the hell is... Oh. What's David Benavidez' reach? Let's see. Because this is what will make it interesting. Because I just believe in the Crawford jab. Here it is right here. David Benavidez. What's his reach? Look at this. David Benavidez reach 74.5 inches. He's 6'2". Okay? 74.5 inches. Now, this is what's crazy about it. Terence Crawford, right? Absolutely amazing. Where are we at here? 74.5 inch reach for him, 74 inch reach for Crawford. Crawford's 5'8", David's 6'2". Their reach is damn near the same. What about Janibek Alam Kanuli? Janibek Alam Khan, like American Uli. Let me see. Let's see what happens here. All right. Alam Kanuli. Let's see. Put it in wrong. Because I want to know what the reach is for Janibek Alam Kanuli. Let me see if I take his last name out. There's only one Janibek. Let me see if he pulls it up. How to spell this better? Tell me I'll put the goddamn name in there wrong. I know how to spell his goddamn name. It's just this thing's tripping. Let me go here. Because I want to know what is his reach. Jani Alam Kanuli. Yeah, I got that part. Janibek. Yeah, I'm putting this shit in right. Alam Kanuli. Let me try again. Because I want to know what his reach is. Let me see. I want to know what his reach is. Let me go back here. Let's check out what his reach is. Janibek Alam Kanuli. What the hell's the issue here, man? Let me see if it pulls it up here. Janibek. Take this out. It should pull that up. Damn, I don't know why it's not pulling it up. Anyway, let's see something. Oh, champions. That's the easiest way to do it. Let's just go by champions. And let's see something. Let me go back here. Okay. Heavyweight, cruiserweight, light heavyweight. Zanab. Oh, they got it in here spelled differently. That's the problem. They got it Zanabek. Over there have it Janabek. Okay, this is, so look here. His reach is 71 inches. He's 5'11". So Crawford has a longer reach than him. That's why I say, man, you just can't come out here and say that everyone's going to just smoke Terence Crawford, man. You just can't say that. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans on 7 continents. I don't know why people hate on this man so much. I just don't get it. People hating on Terence Crawford. I'm like, God damn. This man just fought Majumov. And, I already know most of these people don't know. They're not really into boxing. They're into being miserable. Terence Crawford, barely won a fight against a guy with only 10 professional fights, 11 professional fights. I'm like, I don't even have conversations with those people. Because, I'm a retired military cat. I'll lose it. Really, I can't deal with stupid people. And just people who want to argue for no reason. Like, give that man his credit. You know what I'm saying? Just like if Janabek would have beat Crawford. Don't come out here talking about, trying to take away from him. Janabek whips asses. And I think we'll see with Janabek over the next couple of years and what he does in the weight division. I think that win for Crawford is going to age really nicely. But when I hear people out here talking this stupid shit, let me tell you something. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to these guys on YouTube or channels. Don't listen to these people in the comments. Listen to the fucking professional fighters who are talking about Majumov. Listen to them. Because these motherfuckers who come in the comments and are so quick to say negative shit about Crawford, negative shit about Canelo, negative shit about all the fighters, like, that seems to be their sole purpose in life. Wake up in the morning, these motherfuckers don't even floss and brush their teeth. They just get on the computer and start typing negative shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got a girl. They ain't got nothing there. Fucking crazy to me. Yo, anyway, y'all keep cool. If you listen to these cockaholes who take it to the stupid every single goddamn day, they'll tell you that styles don't make fights anymore. As a result, there's no way in the world Crawford can win against any of these dudes who are in a higher weight class. Even at 154, they think Crawford will lose to Virgil Ortiz. You gotta be effing kidding me, man. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents, all sensible people who can have a conversation, have a different opinion, but at least have a conversation. And the rest of y'all cockaholes, keep putting them bullshit comments in there because I get a good laugh off of it. Yo, I'm in the breeze.